I'm here. Nobody cares, but I'm here. I promised the world I'd be here. Oh, I'd be here. Where is here? Ba-ba-boo, do-do-do-do-do-do, here. I say that I'm live, but nothing's here. How come it's not showing on my thing? It says that I'm live, but I don't see it. Oh, thing. There it is. I'm live. But it shows how there's a big delay between when I speak to you. Oh, it's not that big of a delay. We're live. Welcome to WrestleFania Live, where I'm here with a pretty shitty green screen, looking to talk to my cousin Brandon about SummerSlam. But he's not here. So, Brandon, where are you? Where are you? Where are you? 'Cause I want to know, Brandon, 'cause I'm wondering, where are you right now? 'Cause there's nobody. Is he really, like, wouldn't it be funny if he if he didn't come? I would be so angry. But I mean, I wanted to record with Brandon, so I said, let's do it live. Now, nobody's here, not a person, not one. So it doesn't matter. I'm not even here. It showed one person. That was me. But I don't know where Brandon is. And with him not being here, it's a little annoying. Okay, Brandon. I pay you all this money to and this is how you repay me. This is how you value me. Brandon, where are you? Oh my goodness. Brandon Corbin is here. Ladies and gentlemen, nobody in particular, maybe Gary later. I'm going to hit add Brandon to screen. Oh, now the green screen looks rad.
Hey.
Are you excited to be here?
Yeah, I guess. Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you.
Yeah.
You can hear you.
Yeah.
The world can hear you.
It's just, I just feel a little down tonight.
Can you tell me why?
It's just, last week I was the host of a very successful music podcast. We were record numbers. I was one of the top 100 music podcasts in the whole country. I was like the king of podcasts. And now this week, I'm off the charts and I'm stuck doing this with you.
That ship has sailed, buddy.
And I just really feel like I'm the Baron Corbin of podcasts right now.
I get it. I'm going to try something here.
Are you making you big and me small? Because I already feel small enough, Mike.
Look at that. I'm a friggin' pro.
Wow, Wikipedia. That's so cool.
Even better, we'll just get rid of us.
That'll put the butts in the seats.
Well, you're gone. Brandon.
Do you think I can get through a whole episode just talking like this?
I would hope so. You're officially here now?
I am officially here now.
Okay, then let's officially start. Here I am with Brandon talking about SummerSlam. Here I am with Brandon talking about SummerSlam. It's time to podcast. Boom.
Wow.
A theme song live
Wow.
to nobody. Now, if you, for us, we see in the upper corner a 0 showing how many people are here right now. Couldn't even get Gary. So I'm going to tweet out right now how live we are.
I'm sure that will work. Yeah.
It's always worked before. So how do I do that? What is tweet her?
How do you send a tweet?
Brandon,
I think you go to Facebook and you tweet it out.
I love your spunk. That did not come out. That doesn't sound right. We
is everything that we've said so far going up as the podcast? Or you
hell
starting
yeah
with the music? All right, good, because I can't go on talking like that forever.
Booyah!
I'm back, bitches.
Brandon's back. His parole is over and he's back. Boopy doopy doo.
You know, in all seriousness, I do feel a little bit like Baron Corbin being on the show.
I would too.
And I also, just to validate why I'm on this show, I think I can name one match at SummerSlam, and I'm not planning on watching it.
It's funny because part of this, I also wanted to ask you a couple things just about wrestling in general. Like,
right, yeah.
Number one, when is the last time you watched wrestling?
The last time I watched wrestling, well, I watch NXT every week.
Okay, that
not
counts.
Live. So I the last time I watched NXT was last week's NXT, not the one that aired this past Tuesday. I've not yet watched that, but I watched last week's NXT.
Ladies and gentlemen, Brandon Schmanden. He's here. The man, the myth, the listener. Woot woot! Gary's in the motherfucking house. Let's not talk about anything else.
Oh,
we
Gary.
got our. We have our.
We lost
listener.
him. We lost him.
Is
he
gone already?
He's gone.
Well,
he said Mike's here. Time to leave.
I'm gonna pick John Cena's nose. Hey boys. Hey Gary.
Hey boys.
Hey boys. That's Brandon. That's Brandon's number one pickup line of 1997. Hey boys. Now,
I do like the green screen mic.
It actually is working with the split. It doesn't fill. Oh, see, it's not. It has its detractions. I have to deal with because it's not a lot of light.
I do. May I say, you look extra manly in between Roman Reigns and John Cena. You look really just like you could take them both.
Tickle their lips, tickle their lips, tickle their face. So to get serious and talk about wrestling.
Yeah, let's get serious.
So the last time Raw and SmackDown, you don't watch at all.
I will go to WWE.com the day after they air on the telly, and I will spend about 30 seconds looking at the results.
So you're as caught up as I am.
And every week I say, I think I read these results last week. And then I go on to the next week and say the same thing. It's like I'm in a Groundhog Day when I look at WWE results.
I can't disagree with you. It's impossible to disagree with you.
Drew McIntyre wrestled Jinder Mahal's boys in a handicap match.
And there was a sword involved.
And let me guess. AJ Styles and Omos did something with Randy Orton and Riddle, probably just Riddle.
And on Friday, a Mysterio fought an Uso.
Oh yeah, they love fighting the Usos, and meanwhile, I don't give a shit.
It is rough because certain things I care about. I thought getting the fans back would make a difference. It does make a difference, but it's not pulling me like in all that much. Now, that being said, I will be watching the whole weekend. Now we're doing something on Sunday, so I don't know if I'll be watching TakeOver Live because they flip it around. SummerSlam Saturday night.
Well, that truth be told, if SummerSlam was on a different day, I would probably be watching because
you Saturday night you do so much.
Well, yeah, Saturday night we got friends in town visiting, and
really? I didn't know you.
We do. I have friends.
Visitors.
Yeah,
I didn't know you allowed visitors.
Oh, you've been invited by my wife, and then I've uninvited you.
We almost came. We almost came once for legit.
That's the title of your memoir. I almost came. But yeah, we
pick your nose on live camera. That's cool.
I had an itch. We are hosting some friends, and it's going to be about a 5 to 6 hour show that
none of these friends are cool enough to watch.
Exactly. And I'm just not going to have the time after Saturday night to watch a 5 to 6 hour show.
Well, are these the cool people from Brooklyn? Are they bring in their scarves?
No, they're not from Brooklyn, actually. They're from really? Western Massachusetts.
Oh.
Anything else you want to know about that?
I live in the Northeast Massachusetts. What? I live not too far from a beach.
Yeah, like a
big old beach. So I got it. We have our number one fan, Gary, saying date night, you wuss. Was it me? Am I the wuss? Date night? So we're doing something during the day. We're going to Maine. My friend's got a place up there. We're going to hang out. It's not going to be great weather. We're not going to be up there all day. So I should be home in time for the N, the X, the T. Even though, who knows how many of those wrestlers will still be in the roster by the time I get home.
I know.
I did want to talk to you about all that, all the WWE cuts, and of course, tomorrow night.
Can I say that it is hard the last couple weeks to get excited about NXT, which is the only wrestling show I watch on a weekly basis right now. And it's hard for me to get excited about TakeOver because it's like, all right, you have Karrion Kross versus Samoa Joe. Karrion Kross is being mishandled on Raw. Who cares? You have Adam Cole, Kyle O'Reilly. Adam Cole's either going to Raw or SmackDown or he's going to AEW. And then who knows who's being released? It's just hard to invest in any of these guys right now.
Don't forget, Gary loves Adam Cole. Loves him. He's his favorite.
Oh, I know. Baby. But those are two matches I would have normally loved to have seen, would have been very excited about, and now I'm just sort of lukewarm about. Like, I know they're going to be great matches.
Yep.
I'm going to watch TakeOver Live Sunday night. That's my plan. And I know I'm going to enjoy it. It's just that I'm not as excited as I should be because of all the everything that's been going into it, with people being called up, people being released. It's just hard to invest right now in any of the guys. And and now we have the rumors, and who knows how much truth there is, but now we have the rumors that NXT is going to be changing. So it's like, do I even get invested in this brand right now? It's they're making it very hard to be a fan right now. The WWE is.
Yeah, it's tough because I think I saw that they were looking to kind of focus more on it being developmental again,
right?
Which USA Network can't be thrilled about,
right? Which, I mean, I'm not saying that even would be a bad thing. Like, we got to see how it shakes out. It feels like to me that they are just undoing everything Triple H has built. Yep. And it's like, I've invested now in NXT since the launch of the WWE Network. And you know,
I think moving to USA, making it 2 hours, killed it.
The cock has killed everything.
As it usually does. All right, that's our time, everyone. So then, I mean, the whole thing with the AEW versus NXT ratings, it's over. It's over. NXT is WWE treating it like the stepchild. To me, that's what it is. AEW is building. I don't know if they're building or whatever they are. They're consistent where they are. That being said, you don't watch them.
All right. So I do not watch AEW. I'm not overly interested in what I have seen from them, but I will say this: there's 3 nights of wrestling this weekend. If you include SmackDown tomorrow night, AEW Rampage, their new show tomorrow night, and then obviously SummerSlam and Takeover. The one wrestling show I'm most excited for this weekend is AEW Rampage, because there is a very strong possibility that a Mr. CM Punk is showing up tomorrow night. And if that happens, let me put it this way. I'm not going to watch it live. I set my DVR for AEW tomorrow, which I've never done. And if he shows up, I'm going to at least watch that part, which is more than I've watched of AEW since they first launched. And it's going to hijack SummerSlam weekend. It's going to be the biggest news in the wrestling business. And I think that's good for them if it happens.
Yeah, I can't help but be interested in it. And again, I haven't, sometimes even Tuesday, I go, oh yeah, NXT is on tonight. That's the way it's been recently.
Well, I still think of it as Wednesday nights too, which does not help.
And then Wednesdays, I don't even think if I was watching NXT on Tuesday, I'd flip over during a commercial. But I haven't even checked it out on Wednesdays. I just never, I don't know if it was me trying to be like, meh. Like who am I to be like, I'm this startup. I'm for the global, the global monopolized WWE.
Here's the thing. I really want to like AEW. I really do. I think they have a fantastic roster of guys. And I think, their success is only good for everybody. But every time I tune into AEW, it's like, all right, so Christian won the Impact World title. Like, why am I caring about this at this point in 2021? They got Matt Hardy. Okay. They got I think the biggest problem I have with them is that they've been signing all these WWE guys, and some of them I think should have been signed. And I think the Revival being signed was great. I think Andrade, Aleister Black, all these. I saw they got Everrise, but all those younger guys that were kind of never really got that shot, but are immensely talented, I think are really good pickups by AEW and can help them grow and help everything. But then you have guys where do you have to get Christian and Matt Hardy and Rusev? And I'm not saying if it was just one of those guys or a couple of those guys, okay, but it's it seems like they're just picking up everybody. Now you even got Big Show and Mark Henry, and I know they're commentators for now, but it's they just are getting kind of, it seems like they fell into this pattern of we're going to, you're WWE, we're going to sign you. And the biggest problem I had with that,
Flair will be there soon, I assume.
Oh yeah, it seems like it's going that way. And the biggest problem I have too is just how it's a slippery slope, because if you look at what WCW did, they signed all these WWE guys. The difference is those guys were Hogan, Savage, Piper, all the
Beefcake, Virgil.
Oh yeah. I mean, they obviously signed some of the D-listers there, but they had, some of the biggest names in wrestling. And then they did something new and unique with it, right? With the NWO. TNA fell into this pattern though, and it never helps them. It never really, it didn't elevate the company at all. And AEW has the potential to fall in that slippery slope of signing too many guys. And I think when you bring in a WWE guy and it's automatically a big deal because he's a WWE guy, that makes you look minor league and second rate. If you brought in a WWE guy listen, I don't want to speak ill of the dead. Luke Harper,
Like,
right?
oh yeah,
What did you say?
Spike. I don't know. It's not Spike Dudley. Whatever his name was, Crash Holly.
Crash Holly.
The man you didn't realize had been dead for over a decade.
But there's too many to keep track of. But when he was brought into AEW, he was instantly promoted as like a big deal. Like month one, he's getting a pay-per-view world title shot, and he's like, he never was that.
I see.
Like they got to bring him in. Great signing, but build him up, work him. Like you got to build him up as this new thing. It's different when you sign Dean Ambrose, John Moxley, and he is right in the main event. That's different because he was a main eventer. He's known as a main eventer. That's why if they sign Punk, if they sign Daniel Bryan, they should be in the main event immediately because they're main eventers. But for guys who are not in the WWE main event, if you sign them, you got to bring them in on a lower level and build them up as your own guys, not just be like, oh, they were WWE. Everybody knows who they were. Here's a world title match. And I don't know like what the benefit is of like signing, I respect Sting. Do I want to watch Sting every week in 2021? I don't know. There's just like I think there's a lot that I would like about it. There's just so many things I dislike about it, but I want to like it. So I'm hoping maybe, if CM Punk shows up tomorrow night, maybe I'll see it with some fresh eyes again and give it a second chance. Who knows? But
folks, that's why he's the best damn podcaster in the business. He didn't even take a breath.
It's true.
So just to jump on that, if I have a chance to speak, I'm just going to
speak over you, and I'm just going to keep talking. So, anyways,
and I want to touch on something Gary wrote too. I want to touch on that quick, but getting Punk, getting Daniel Bryan, to me, it's almost unavoidable that I wouldn't be interested in it because I like those guys. You hear these other guys, I'm like, oh, that's good for them. I don't know if I care enough to watch, but all of a sudden Daniel Bryan's there and Punk being back at all. I can't help but, I'm going to watch tomorrow night. I don't want to be that guy like on Twitter go, this finally getting me to watch AEW. Like, who gives a shit about me?
Yeah.
But that's kind of what's going to happen. I don't know if I'm going to keep watching.
And the thing is, there's going to be a lot of people like you and me who are tuning in for the first time or are tuning in for the first time in a long time to see Punk and to see what it's all about. But it's going to be up to them to keep us.
Yep.
And listen, if WWE is changing NXT, if that's going to change and turn into something that I'm not a big fan of, who knows if that's going to happen, but I'm just saying. And I'm already not that interested in Raw and SmackDown. I'm in the market then for a new weekly wrestling show.
I do like the only thing, one little thing that I wouldn't like is I watch a weekly wrestling show and then the payoff is a pay-per-view that's going to charge you whatever it's going to charge you, that I know I'm not going to do that. But if they ever did something, because they're Time Warner, if they ever went on like HBO Max and streamed live there, put their big events there, like kind of like Peacock, then I'd be like, oh, maybe I would want to check that out because it's not an extra purchase, an extra fee. I mean, I got Peacock for Punky Brewster. WWE's just extra.
You got the cock.
Got it. I want to touch on two things. First of all, it says two people are watching. Hi, both of you. Hi, Gary, and the other one. Oh, of course, it's my brother. He says I knew it was just Gary and you two. So we get the chats a little later, but Gary said two things. First, all they do is super kick each other in AEW, and it's boring. Yeah, I don't get the Young Bucks. I don't know, maybe because I'm an old buck.
Yeah, I think that they're overrated.
And I thought they're a parody. Your brother ass hat. Oh, hello. That's his name. Look at my green screen. Sean. Oh, there it is. It kind of screws up with the light. Look behind it. It's my refrigerator. Oh, no, it's not. Anyway, what the hell was I talking about? Oh, Gary also said, oh, cool. Hi, Ben. also said that the only release that matters is his favorite, Wyndham Rotunda. Wyatt. Now, I don't know if this has anything to do with anything, but I heard a podcast today. The Ringer, I don't know if you saw The Ringer has started a new like podcasting merger.
I don't know what a podcast is.
Anyway, they started a whole like partnership with Spotify, and I'm recording the Pats preseason, so I'm going to go watch that right after this. They started a partnership with WWE and Spotify. So the Masked Man show is now called.
I forgot it was Thursday night. I'm turning on my TV.
They're doing like the Masked Man show is now called the Ringer Wrestling Show, and it's got the Masked Man and other feeds on it. So I was listening to a show today. They had star of Punky Brewster, Freddie Prinze Jr. on today, and he made a comment about Bray that sometimes they don't like these guys who try to do things by themselves, like they don't play along. That's what he said. He was kind of talking about Mr. Bray Wyatt, saying they don't. Maybe he wasn't playing ball as much as doing exactly what they asked of him. I don't know. I didn't know if that made any headlines. I just heard it today.
There is the rumor too that they don't like guys trying to get themselves over for one reason. Now look at Zack Ryder, right? He got himself over back in the day, and he got a little something here or there along the way, but generally it was near the bottom of the card for him, and then ultimately he was released in I think he was the first wave of
that was right at the beginning of the COVID release, right?
Yeah. And now he's
I can't believe we've already gone a half hour almost.
Has it been that long?
Well, you came in really late.
It feels like longer.
Do you want to get into the whole weekend?
Let's get into it.
I'm going to do something here. This is going to be really cool, really technical, folks. With the flip of a switch, I didn't do it right. I'm going to do something really cool here, folks.
It's so technical that Mike can't do it.
With the flip of a switch, I'm going to flip a switch, and now we see Brandon's dumb head underneath.
Love dumb head.
My sculpted. I mean, how many boogers you got? My sculpted.
I'm scratching the side of my.
Sure you are. I'm thrilled that the green screen. Oh shit! It's showing. It. Oh no! It's showing when it's widescreen like this. I guess. Who cares? But it's working. And now we have SummerSlam. SummerSlam is an upcoming professional wrestling pay-per-view and the WWE event produced by World Wrestling Entertainment. So I'm going to scroll down just to go through the matches.
Thank you for reading that. Nobody listening to this knows what that is. In fairness, nobody's listening to this.
Right. Well, Gary and my brother is, so we have that.
Oh, your brother left for Pat's preseason.
That's true. Well, I think he just kept. Maybe he put us on mute to give us the stats. So there are 10 matches. And if we went through each one of these and gave each one of them too much time, I don't think I'd want to even watch. So let's go quick. You want to go quick?
Let's go quick.
Let's go. I don't see anything as a pre-show. So let's start the one you're most excited about. You were talking about it earlier. Drew McIntyre versus Jinder Mahal. Veer and Shanky are banned from the ringside. Now, do you know, I'm not sure if it's Veer or Shanky, but there was a movie that came out years ago called $1 Million Arm. And it was based on these Indian baseball players that came in for the major leagues. And one of them could throw like 100 miles an hour. Well, one of the guys based on that movie is either Veer or Shanky. I don't know which one it is, but it's one of those guys was the baseball player. So little tidbit, I love that Money Mahal is getting a pay-per-view. He's getting a SummerSlam match. I love that he's getting attention. But the sword is dumb.
Yeah, I mean,
and Drew's, in the mid card.
I guess I'm happy for Money Mahal. I think this match is going to be very boring.
Sean left.
The obvious answer is that Drew McIntyre wins, right? Because he's been their guy. He's been the world champion for the bulk of the last calendar year. But I think if I have to choose, they're in typical WWE fashion. This rivalry that nobody cares about is not going to end at SummerSlam, and it's going to go on for way too long. And which means I think Jinder Mahal is going to pull off the upset, win at SummerSlam, so this rivalry will continue and continue and continue because they love taking rivalries nobody asked for and just running them straight into the ground.
Just so I don't agree with you on everything, I'll say that I'll pick who is he? Drew McIntyre.
Who is he?
I was looking on the screen. I'm going to pick
are...
Drew, and I'm going to but they're going to steal his sword, and that'll be the thing that carries it over. Because
can I just say too that yes. I'm not getting the past preseason game until it airs on NFL Network at like 11 o'clock tonight, and nobody's got time for that for preseason. Come on now.
Yep. We got it here on WBZ Channel 4, CBS 4.
We used to get all the preseason games here, and now
Alexa Bliss versus Eva Marie with Dewdrop, which again,
I think we should talk more about me not getting the Pats preseason game.
So
is this a match that's happening?
There's a winking doll, just stupid, but Chucky should come in and kill her. Kill the doll.
Hey, Chucky does have a wrestling history. He showed up in WCW. So
did he really? How did they not? How did they not survive? Was he fighting RoboCop or the Kiss Demon?
All I remember is that I think it was on a Nitro, and Rick Steiner was in the ring.
Was it like Bride of Chucky time or something?
Yeah, he showed up on the screen for like a movie crossover. It was I don't even remember what like the end game was, if there was one, but that happened. Yeah, but
so another who gives a shit. Eva Marie has a match at SummerSlam.
So wait, what is it? It's Eva Marie and Dewdrop.
I can't even say the name without like being embarrassed that I watch wrestling. There are certain moments where I go, "What have I?" And now I want to watch another wrestling show.
And she was, a well-known wrestler, Piper Niven, in NXT UK. But let's rename her Dewdrop.
Well, she'll get her name back and beat up Eva Marie eventually. Wyatt.
This company sometimes.
Right.
So wait, they're teaming up. Is that the match?
No, it's just Alexa versus Eva, but Dewdrop will be there.
That'll be so good. That's gonna be a good match. I hope that
it'll be at like 9:30.
If I have to pick a winner, I'm going to pick that nobody wins watching that match. Nobody. We all lose.
Lily wins. Lily kills them all.
I guess Alexa should win that, right? But who knows?
Yeah, honestly, I don't even care enough to come up with like an answer. Like I can't pick Eva Marie, so Alexa, sure. Getting all the top matches out of the way first.
Maybe it's a good thing I'm not watching this.
Okay, what do we got here? Next, Sheamus versus Damien Priest. I'm not completely.
My money is on
uninvested.
My money's on Damien Priest.
Yes, I agree. They're trying to shoot him to the moon.
He's been booked well. I don't think you put him in the whole like high profile Bad Bunny Miz rivalry going to WrestleMania. Give him a title match at SummerSlam and have him lose that.
Yes. And I think Sheamus is actually quite good at putting these young fellas over and being the foil for them. The villain.
The aluminum foil.
And I like his coat. I think it's cool. I like that coat he wears in his hat. I wish I could pull that off. I wish that I could pull that off him to see what's underneath. Anyway, moving on. I would. I just said I would. You would.
I
just said I would. I haven't kept track. I was gonna scratch off each one, but I pulled it up on the screen. I have 4 emails I need to get to. If you can see that in the upper right corner.
Can we read the emails instead of going through these matches?
You would. Usos versus the Mysterio brothers.
See,
or
what I
father and
love,
son.
what I love about this match is that we've not seen it yet.
It's fresh.
Yeah,
It's fresh.
it's they could have easily given away this match and iterations of this match every Friday night on SmackDown, but they're
Like
better
tomorrow
bookers
night.
than that. Yeah, but they're not doing that. They've not done that.
They've held it.
And they've held it off for SummerSlam when it matters most. I think the Usos carry on their they make the tribal chief proud, I think, with a win.
I can't disagree with you as much as I would like to.
Yeah, nobody disagrees with me and lives to tell about it.
Well, there was that one. Oh, wait.
There was that fourth brother.
Okay, moving on to I didn't cross out, so I don't know which ones we haven't talked about yet. So let's go with the Raw. Let's go right to the Raw Tag Team Champions. AJ Styles versus Omos and RK Bro. This is really like RK Bro is the main event of Raw. Let's be honest.
I'm confused because all I know is that they were teaming up, and then Randy Orton was out, and then he came back and gave an RKO to Riddle, and now they're teaming up.
Riddle's like, bro, I know why you did that because I was doing it, and you were showing me that I didn't do it right, bro. Randy, I like Riddle, and I think I've seen that Vince loves Riddle, and the dude is like a fucking beast too. Yeah. So I see future world champ in him.
I hope so. I would like for him to have great success. I think he is I could see him. I don't think he's ever going to be like the guy, like the permanent on top main eventer, but I could see him kind of top mid card, flirts with the main event, maybe gets like a short world title reign, kind of like how RVD was back in the day. I'm making that comparison for obvious reasons, but
because they both have long hair.
Exactly. But I think I could see like similar booking for Riddle. And I think the fact that has a SummerSlam match, he's teaming up with Randy Orton for the tag titles. I think that's a good sign for him. But do they win it?
Yes.
If I think that they do.
I said it first.
I think that they do. I'm gonna end it there. I think that they
Very
do.
Good. Very good. That means, hey, when you end it, that means we can move on to the next thing.
I think that they do.
That's cool.
I think that they do.
So now I'm going to take.
I think that they do.
Bianca and Sasha. There was rumors that this match could get pulled because for some reason they were pulled from a couple house shows. People were nervous that someone got COVID or someone was injured. But last I saw, this match is on like Sean was on before he was gone. Ooh, I pulled it off.
Will they have this match? I think that they do.
Now, okay. What do you think of the? Do you think there will be people that would choose Bianca to win? No, that didn't work.
I think that they do.
Do you believe? What do you believe people when they say that Sasha will win, or do you think that people really think that Sasha can win?
I think that they do.
Yeah, that one worked. That one worked. It took me a while to get there. It was a little clunky.
Took you 20 minutes, but
it got there. Bianca,
I think
you're gonna do it. I thought you were gonna do it. I thought you were gonna go. I think that they do. Oh shit! I thought you were winding it up for a long one. I just couldn't. I couldn't hold it.
I think that they do.
Oh shit! This is what we were missing on the pod. Me just talking to my phone is garbage. This, who cares? Like, Gary loves it, and we love it. This is, and let me just ask you, do you think that most people like our podcast?
I think that they do.
Very good. Very good. Okay, now I need to lead into the. So I'm picking Bianca to win and retain, and I think a lot of people also are picking Bianca to win and retain. What say you?
I think that they do.
I can't even let you answer it now. I want this to keep going for 2 hours of me trying to get these, trying to ask a question that makes sense to answer. But I don't know. Do you think my questions are even making sense?
I think that they do.
That one, yes, that one I nailed. I'm picking Bianca to win. Who are you picking to win?
I think that they do have Bianca win.
Very good. Okay, that works.
Yeah,
that works.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the Usos and the Mysterios again. Let's do that again.
Yeah, I think
we're almost there. You think that they do?
I think that they do. I think I think they do.
I'm so sad and yet so happy. Folks, I'm going to move on now to the to some of the bigger matches. Edge versus Seth Rollins, just a grudge match, but it will be quite the wrestling match. You're crying? Do you think
it's just so beautiful?
Do you think
I love it's real to me. It's still real to me.
Do you think a lot of people cry?
I think that they do.
Very good, very good.
All right. It's I don't want to run that into the ground. That's not my style of humor at all,
I'm gonna pull it back to us a little bit.
I just think that they do.
You're such an asshole. That's the problem. That's one thing that our family is the worst for is we could bury a joke for years and have it come back for years. But I feel like a lot of I don't even know if any of our family jokes are all that original. What do you do? Like,
I think that they do.
Okay, yeah, that's what I was trying to
go. When you were on Metallicast, and last time I introduced you,
check out fans.experts.com/Metallicast.
Gary, check that out. I introduced you as Mike the Yellow Boy, and I realized I provided no context because I assumed that everybody would get it. So when editing, I did edit out the.
I was going to say, did anyone ask?
I'm like, I think this. I don't know if calling somebody a yellow boy is good in 2021.
Right. Like, are you like
it's with no context?
It's no context, nothing to do with like race or anything like that. It literally has to do with a goddamn board game. So Edge versus Rollins. I like Rollins like this.
Yeah, I think that they do.
I stuck my tongue. I'm like, I'm gonna bite my tongue off. Oh shit.
This match, I think, will be a high quality match.
It'll be a wrestling match, I believe, is what they're calling it.
It is it's honestly probably one of the two matches I would care to watch on the show.
I agree. If
I was watching it.
If you were actually going to watch,
I
agree that it would be one to watch when you do watch. My ginger ale's going through me. What?
You're frozen on my screen.
Oh, you know what? I pulled up.
You were frozen, and
I moved to TweetDeck real quick. Now I need to catch up, so I'm going to sit until I catch up.
Now you are frozen, and I heard your voice, but there's no
still here.
words.
Can you hear me?
I think we lost Mike, so I'm just going to carry on as if he doesn't exist, which is very easy for me.
Oh, come on.
Welcome to I think they do podcasts. Mike, I can hear you. You're still here. I've heard
Okay,
you
have
this
I
whole
been there the whole
time.
time?
Yes.
You fucking asshole. I don't know if we're still going because now
You're out of sync, but I've heard you this whole time.
I'm
There's been no
frozen.
audio interruption. Yeah, you're moving is just like a majorly lag behind the voice.
All right. Well, it's all about the audio.
But that's the way
Well,
I
I'm
like
starting
it.
to catch up.
I like having a disembodied voice that I'm speaking to.
I'm back.
Ooh, there you go.
I'm back in the saddle again.
Damn tweet deck.
Did we pick Edge?
I think that we do. I think I don't think you can have Edge lose every pay-per-view. And he's lost the last couple, I feel like, right? He lost at WrestleMania, and then he lost to Reigns last time they did their thing. So I think he's got to beat Rollins here. I could see him beating.
Do you think
Rollins.
that WWE will book Seth to beat Edge?
I think that they do.
Gary just wrote he likes this type of podcast. Me too, Gary. This is fun.
Well, thank you for liking this podcast because it means that we have one person who likes it.
Right. Do you think a lot of people would like this podcast? Or do like this podcast?
I think that they don't.
That I agree with you. Yeah, I pick Edge. Edge needs his big win.
Yeah.
He hasn't had one yet. And
yeah.
Well, I think we're losing you again to something. Now the match you've all been waiting for. Bobby Lashley versus Goldberg.
Oh yeah, this is a match.
For the WWE Championship. I will never be rooting for Bobby Lashley more in my life.
Yeah, and I think Lashley gets the win. They gave McIntyre the win over Goldberg.
Yep.
I think you got to give Lashley a win over Goldberg. I get why they're having this match. It's not for me. I could care less about it. I guess it means something if Lashley beats Goldberg. If Goldberg wins, God help us, that'd be the worst booking ever.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't put it past them. But I think Lashley does win. I could care less about Goldberg in 2021. It's just, it's one thing to bring back a legend. It's one thing to bring back, like, have these part-timers lined up. It's another thing when you bring back Goldberg, who is, really down to two moves, never seems to be in any kind of shape to wrestle, other than he still has a good physique, but like he's no like cardio shape, and unlike you and me,
right.
And I just think that
we got it all from our nips to our hips.
It must be so. It must be like for I don't know. I guess it does help things. I guess like maybe the cock loves it. Maybe USA loves it. But they're on
all over the world too.
know?
So I don't know if that's helped the ratings, but they get because they have like more people I think watch it in like India than they do in the United States. Like they have, they are a worldwide kind of thing. So they gotta.
Hence, we have a Jinder Mahal match at.
Well, that's why they didn't pause when the Peacock slowed down, because the rest of the world was like, we're watching on the WWE network like you used to, buddy. When the Money in the Bank happened.
I know. We really got the raw end of the stick there.
Yep. Well, the SmackDown end.
I gotta go.
And folks, it took long enough, but Brandon's finally going to make a poop. And when Brandon poops, we all win. Now, if you be the seventh caller right now to try to best describe what Brandon's shit will look like in the toilet, and you will win a free kite surfing adventure with Brandon at the beach of your choosing. Just make sure to be the seventh caller right now. at 555. I wish I could give away your cell phone number right now. That's what I should have done. Now I see Shadow. Oh wait, I have a phone call coming in. I have a phone call coming in from Brandon. I'm going to put it on speaker just so I can. Hello?
Hello?
Yes. Actually, you are. What can I help you with? Whoa. Can you describe the what is in Brandon's turlet bowl?
It's very brown.
Wet, moist, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
And
Hey, do you want to co-host the show? Because the asshole who was on camera, he left.
I think that they do.
Hang on.
And I'm back, baby. I'm back.
And Gary thought we weren't. You weren't allowed on beaches.
I heard that.
True, he's not allowed on beaches.
I heard through the grapevine that this show sucked without me, so I'm back.
We had a call. We had a new guy call.
Oh, somebody called?
Yeah. He sounded like a pedophile, so I didn't want to.
That's most of our listeners. So
right here. I didn't say that. I didn't see that. BR. That's my nickname for him.
Well, there's an exception to every rule.
Right.
Gary's the exception.
Obviously. So did we pick Bobby Lashley to win?
I think that we did.
Bob over Bill. Bob over Bill. Nikki Ash, Charlotte Flair, Rhea Ripley, Nikki
I was gonna say it's ASH, not Ash.
Okay.
It's ASH.
You're an ash hole. What do you think of that?
I think I'm an ASH hole.
Yeah, I think you do. Well, yeah, right.
I mean, I was happy for Nikki when she won Money in the Bank. I was happy when she cashed in and won the title.
Yes.
Do I care weeks later? No, I don't.
Okay.
Do
But
other people seem to care? No, they don't. So, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if she lost it here, especially since it's like a triple threat. There can be shenanigans, no DQ. She doesn't even need to be penned. Penned. I don't know why I said it so weird. Penned.
You're from Philadelphia. It's up on the roof. You can drink water.
The roof. You get the penned.
The water.
I really think this match could go either way. She just won the title. Maybe they want to set her up for a surprisingly long run. But if I was a betting man, I would say that Nikki ASH is losing the title at SummerSlam. Now, who is she losing the title to?
The Queen. Bitch. There was a space in there because I don't want to call her the Queen bitch. I want to call you a bitch.
I think they I think the Queen there, Ric Flair's daughter, as she likes to be called, is going to win.
She just is. I feel like head and shoulders above everyone else. Like it in shows.
Speaking of Ric Flair and head and shoulders, did you see that picture making the rounds yesterday?
Do you think that's real?
I don't think it's actually Ric Flair. But
that's what I mean. Like, yeah,
but the guy from the angle looks exactly
the
like
hair, and I didn't want to not to be ageist, but the woman legs seemed old enough to be age appropriate for Ric Flair.
Yeah. And did you see what Ric Flair posted?
No.
He posted like a Photoshop of him as like a choo-choo train.
Oh, I think I did see that.
And it was like
I don't know. He did that.
He goes, "This picture is as real as the other picture. The Nature Boy doesn't ride trains."
That's funny. Like the big take out of this is I don't ride the goddamn train. That's awesome. So yeah, I'm gonna officially pick Charlotte Flair. I feel bad. We didn't even really talk about Rhea Ripley.
I mean,
she's there.
She's there.
She's all right.
there. Yeah, she's doing her thing.
Sure.
Yeah.
Then we have one last match. Then we're going to take a 20-minute intermission, and then we have the other.
Perfect.
We have 2 other hours. 2 more hours.
Awesome. Perfect.
Perfectly awesome. Do you think people will stick around? Do you think people stick around if after the break?
I think that they do.
Cool. The big match, the main event, the poster, the green screen, my two friends. I've lost them. You can see the green screen really has to do with lighting. Plus, this is a dark room I'm in, and like this screen is kind of a dark green. A dark green screen.
So you're broadcasting in a dark green room.
I'm broadcasting at my kitchen table.
What is the green screen hiding? Let's get down to it. What illegal things behind you are you hiding?
Let's see. There's some family photos, and
Illegal
there's some
family
plants.
photos. Illegal
There's a
plants.
plant. Those are very legal plants.
Do you have
Bud?
Oh, speaking of bud. How convenient that you would mention the word bud when talking about your legal plants.
Yeah, because I'm clever. Stupid shit. The tribal chief, the Roman Reigns,
Roman
Reigns taking on the John Cena. I remember when Cena came out at the end of Money in the Bank. I texted you, "Yeah, F you AEW, we're back." And then I was like, "Oh, I'm such a child." But he is, a breath of.
He is back.
He looks old too.
He is the Suicide Squad. He is Ferdinand. He is
F9.
F9.
He's got some other movie, Vacation Friends, coming out.
Sure, I believe it. He's
in
all over
Blockers.
the place. He's like the voice of every commercial.
Honda. Is it that Equivox or whatever the hell that is where he rides?
Did we ever think when prior to Hulk Hogan, right? The thought of a wrestler in a movie was like never going to happen. And then we got our taste of Hulk Hogan making No Holds Barred, Suburban Commando, Mr. Nanny, Three Ninjas 4, just the Santa with Muscles. The hits just came.
Are you just naming this off the top of your head?
Oh, I am, because I've seen them all. And there was, and then WWE films. These are going to be good movies starring wrestlers, including John Cena, 12 rounds. Oh yeah, that was really good. The Marine, yeah, awesome. Did we ever think there'd be a day that Hollywood would legitimately be dominated by wrestlers?
It is,
including the star of 12 rounds in the Marine.
Right, like The Rock. It took The Rock a little while. He made some movies here, some there, but then he's become like, plus the Rock is like loaded with charisma. It's oozing out of him. You know what I mean? He's just so natural. It seems like.
Yeah.
I was talking to some other guys on a movie podcast. I do Fine Movies, Fine Spirits. Check it out everywhere podcasts are available. And Cena took them out of the Suicide Squad. They're not wrestling guys. They didn't like them. And I said, I get what you mean, because sometimes it's almost like you can see him acting.
Really?
You know what I mean by that?
Him. I never see him.
I know you can't see him. If I did that joke to them, they would have no idea. They'd hang up on me. But it's like that's John Cena, and he looks so abnormally large when he's around regular people.
Yeah. No, that's
but
true.
I still liked him in Suicide Squad. Did you see it?
Not yet, but I'm going to.
Like he's not The Rock. He's not. But I thought he was fine. But I guess some people said he was really bad. They didn't like him in F9, but they loved him in this.
I have to say,
he's getting his own show out of it.
I have to say, one, I say this as somebody who just rewatched the first 5 Fast and the Furious movies because I'm doing a little bit of a marathon.
Classic 5.
And nobody in the Fast and the Furious movies acts well.
You say that like Ludacris doesn't exist.
Oh, touche. And Ludacris and Tyrese are probably the 2 great actors of our generation. But I have to say, between The Rock, John Cena, and Batista, I'm like,
right, Jesus,
Yeah, like I'm guaranteed to see any movie that they're in, and it has literally nothing to do with the fact that I like wrestling or that they're wrestlers.
Because they're
It's just
making big enough movies.
Yeah, it's just everything that they do. I'm like, oh, I'd watch that.
Yeah. I watched a couple of
Hell,
Batistas.
I watched every season of Ballers, for crying out loud.
See, I never watched that. Yeah. I watched a couple episodes of the Big Show though.
I'm so sorry for your loss.
Yeah. And a couple of wrestlers showed up on Punky Brewster. Synergy is what that is.
Oh, that's really cool.
Yeah, it is.
Anyways.
So Roman Reigns is going to win, right?
Yeah, Roman Reigns has to win. I mean, Cena's going to go back to Hollywood. He's going to go back to making his Peacemaker show for HBO Max. And I'm sure they're filming, Fast and the Furious 10
the final.
Soon.
I hope it's called The Final Furious.
Is it supposed to be the final one?
Not 10 supposed to be it. Yeah, well, who knows? Then we got Hobbs and Shaw.
Well, that's true. I guess it can live on Hobbs and Shaw. So
and Luda and Tyrese.
I think I've seen. So I'm rewatching the Fast and Furious movies. I think I've only seen one more though. I've never seen the last. I realized once I got to number 5, I was like, wait, which ones have I seen? And I was like, all right, I saw the next one. I've never seen 7, 8, 9, or Hobbs and Shaw. I go, there's 4 that I've had. I go, how is there 10 Fast and the Furious movies?
How are there only 10? You mean?
That's true too.
True. And then there's there's a Netflix show too. It's like a Netflix Fast and Furious show.
By the way, everybody has been telling me since it's come out, you got to see John Wick. You got to see John Wick. You got to see John Wick. I finally saw John Wick yesterday.
John Wick is a future movie we're going to talk about on 5 Movies, 5 Spirits. That just came up today. Yes, go on.
And who has a cameo in it? Big Daddy Cool, Kevin Nash.
Oh yeah,
Big Sexy.
John Wick is to me like if you throw, you got to see all the Fast and Furious movies. Okay, I see those, and they're kind of dumb. But John Wick, I was telling my wife today, John Wick is my fantasy. Well, not. It's the fantasy.
He is your fantasy. No,
he is.
End the show there.
I don't want anything to happen to my dog, but I don't have kids, and we have a dog, and it's a beagle, just like John Wick. I mean, literally, the story is these men come in, attack him. Spoiler alert, it's an old movie, kill his dog, and then he kills every single one of them. And it's so choice.
Yeah.
And you've only seen the first one?
I've only seen the first one.
Oh, baby.
But they're all in the cock.
You got to watch them now. Like, let's watch them on the stream right now.
I want to get the missus to watch the first one because I feel like she will enjoy it. She's watching the Fast and the Furious movies with me, so
they're very violent, but it's like just kill them all. Kill them, Keanu, kill them. Oh, he's murdered them all. It's wonderful. Like they're just like shoot like it's like violent ballet. I don't know what the hell it is. It's awesome.
Yeah, it was. I thoroughly enjoyed. I will be watching the second and third one soon enough.
Fantastic.
Not excellent.
We still work to do, buddy. Because we have another whole night of wrestling, and we're going to talk about that till it's moved to Sunday night.
Well, I actually watched this
Sunday. I should be home, Gary, in time to see this. Going to Maine. It's not going to be a great day. Going to get some lobster. Going to maybe go for a swim.
Is Gary still watching? I think
if he isn't, we have 2 other people. If Gary's not here,
I thought we lost him after I
called in to talk about your poopy. I think he liked that.
And then
he liked your scat humor.
And then I came back and called everybody a pedo. So that could have,
maybe he thought maybe it was short for Geppetto.
You win some, it was.
Hey, Pinocchio's pedophile.
Yeah,
Geppetto.
Yeah. But he likes the wood.
He's here, and he's hard to get rid of. I read it quick. Oh my goodness. He said, I'm hard. And I was like, to get rid of. So is Brandon. His family has tried 4 years.
Mike, I'm hard.
I think they do. It's just that easy. We could all do it. There's 5 more matches to talk about, Brandon. Let's go through them really quick.
Next,
Raquel Gonzalez versus Dakota Kai.
Raquel Gonzalez will win because I think
I
Dakota
agree.
Kai is going to get either called up or released. So one of the two.
Really interesting. I agree.
Well, she was on main event, I guess. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's when they bring them up. They take a look at them, and then it's like,
she's
okay.
been on. She was one of the names I read has been backstage at Raw and SmackDown and was on main event. So she'll either be like Karrion Kross and on one of the main shows, or she'll be like Bronson Reed and released.
Right. So yeah, I think she loses. Raquel is going to keep going with this.
I will say, I'll be rooting for Dakota Kai. I would love to see her stay in NXT. I would love for her to be the champ. I think she's a great heel, but I don't think she does win.
Well said. Well said.
Thank you.
Now this is the match that people told me was the match of the year, and I didn't see it. Now we're getting a live rematch: Walter versus Ilya Dragunov, who they've been pushing a lot the last couple of weeks on NXT.
Yeah,
kind of letting people know who he is, because if you're not familiar with the UK stuff and you're not reading all this, online stuff, you might not know. It's for the UK championship because NXT UK is still a thing.
Yeah, I think Walter's one of those guys that you at some point you should stop choosing. You should stop picking that he's going to lose the title, because it's like when Asuka was the NXT Women's Champion, like, oh, she'll lose it this time, and then she of course kept on winning. Or it's kind of along those lines. But I do think that Walter will lose the title this time. The reason I think that is because it's SummerSlam weekend. It's an American takeover. They're not doing it on like a UK show. So I feel like the American NXT just is bigger scale, bigger audience, especially on a takeover. And this is the second time they're fighting. I don't know if you put Dragunov in a major title match against Walter twice and have him lose both times in what has been a pretty on and off long time rivalry for the two.
I like it. And let's say Walter loses. Could you see him going to SmackDown?
He's one of those guys that is, I've been trying to fit him in on like Raw or SmackDown, and there's a lot of different ways that could go, because Vince loves the big guys, right? And he is big. He could come in and be booked as an absolute monster that tears everybody apart. He could also come in, and I feel like because he's not American, be booked as like a come in as a monster, then kind of be turned into like a dancing comedy act.
Hello, I'm Walter.
Vince loves to do that, So I think, a main roster run for him could go either way, but I can see it. I can see it becoming a thing.
Now,
hopefully it goes better than Lars Sullivan did.
Right. No shit. The match of the night, obviously, is the rematch. LA Knight versus Cameron Grimes. The match that's pretty much, to me, stole the last takeover.
I love LA Knight.
I love them both. I love them both together. They're hilarious.
I agree with that. I love Cameron Grimes. I think, NXT has been getting like a little silly at times, and it's not always been working. But I do think that the silly skits between LA Knight and Cameron Grimes have mostly been working, and I think this has just been a fun, goofy rivalry. And Cameron Grimes has to win this one. He's lost twice.
Yep, they
He's
can't have
been made to be the
He's like,
butler.
I'm not going to be his butler, because the loser, if he loses, DiBiase becomes his butler, and they don't have Ted that much.
Yeah, so I think Cameron Grimes will win, and LA Knight. I mean, that guy, he was Eli Drake. I know he did his time in Impact, but I never really watched that. But I did see him in NWA.
Yeah,
when
I
when I was
remember
watching
seeing him
NWA
there.
Power, and like, I mean, his mic work alone should make him a main roster star one day. But he's also
it's effortless with
yeah,
him, the mic, yeah.
he's like he always just reminds me of The Rock in terms of his mic skills, you know. He's just one of those guys that give him a mic, he's gonna talk and he's gonna kill it every time.
I agree. And so
he
we're
should
both picking
probably give some
Cameron Grimes?
promo lessons to Kyle O'Reilly. Ooh, those are painful.
He's just a dude, man. Kyle O'Reilly's just a guy. He's just
I
a
like
guy.
Kyle O'Reilly. I like him a lot, but some of those promos are hard to sit through, and then especially when he's across the ring from Adam Cole. Sorry, Gary, but Adam Cole's such a good promo.
Yeah,
baby, right? Such a good promo, but when he fires, you know, he gets so like not this last NXT, but the NXT before, when they were both in the ring talking with like William Regal and the security, they were naming what the 3 falls were going to be, and Adam Cole's like just so passionate and like, so his delivery is just so good. And then Kyle's just like, all right, Adam, well, the first fall is going to be a regular wrestling match. It's like, oh my god, can you just
straight
wrestle,
up
please, Kyle
pinfall?
O'Reilly? Yeah,
he's so good in the ring.
Adam's like, you can't tie my boots. All right, Adam. Well, this is going to be a regular wrestling match. It's pinfall submission. I don't think you can beat me.
Now, let me ask you a question. Do you think these guys steal the night, steal the show?
I think this could
Are you fucking
easily be a...
Let me ask that again. Let me ask you again. Do you think that these guys steal the show?
Well, you see, I think that...
No. We're not doing this. We're not doing this. I have been dealing with this all night. I am putting this on a tee for you, ready to knock it out of the park. I'm going to ask you one more time. Do you think that these 2 guys steal the show?
I think that they do.
Thank you very much. For a second, I thought maybe you forgot. I think the first time you did. But these guys aren't closing the show. Like, it's who do you think wins, by the way?
Kyle O'Reilly. I think Adam Cole is moving on from NXT. I think
Hopefully
we're going to see him on... I think we're going to see him on Raw or SmackDown so he can be buried. And
they could show how small he is, but he's so good on the mic. It's like they hide. You can hide the smallness.
There's so many. I mean, a lot of their guys now are not that big. Like Seth Rollins is not a big guy, you know. AJ Styles is not a big guy. I think, you know, Adam Cole has the potential to be on their level. I just have zero faith in
what they do.
Right. I just have zero faith in the booking of.
Yep.
And you know, not everybody can be a main eventer. Not everybody can be a world champion. But I think Adam Cole sounds enough where he could be and should be.
Can you read the screen, the Wikipedia screen?
Somewhat.
It's just so funny. Under references, the first one has from 2014, Neville tops Kid at NXT Takeover. I don't know why that's being referenced, but maybe that was the first takeover. That's why. Yeah, I'm going to agree with you. I hate to do it, but I'm going to agree with you there that Kyle O'Reilly wins and Adam Cole. Now, I know Adam. They said he signed an extension to get through SummerSlam. He met with Vince the other night. They could throw some money at this guy, make him a star. Even though his wife is over in AEW, it's his wife. Right?
Yeah. They're doing all these releases, but it's like at some point you got to have a roster of guys, right? You know, and it's you got to not want everybody to go to AEW and everywhere else. It's like there's got to be some guys that you got to lock down. I think Adam Cole's one of them. He's done everything there is to do in NXT, and I think this is going to be him handing the torch over to Kyle O'Reilly, and so. I think they're going to be setting up I think we're going to get Samoa Joe, Pete Dunne, and then I think we're going to circle back to Samoa Joe, Kyle O'Reilly.
So I think you just played your hand as to who you think is going to win the NXT championship.
Oh yeah, Samoa Joe's winning. He's not coming back to lose, especially to a man who is on Raw losing to Jeff Hardy, and
He'll show up. So is Cross going to Raw to stay?
oh yeah, I think he's there to stay. He's been on every week. He's now my question is no Scarlett.
I don't know, because she's always there in NXT, but she hasn't showed up here.
No sense. This company drives me nuts sometimes.
Maybe they'll repackage him, like they'll show that he was weak and now he has his sexy wife.
When he lost to Jeff Hardy, I was like, I think he's just gonna lose till they bring back Scarlett. But then he's won since then. Like
that's true,
nothing makes sense in this damn company.
WWE also, like, a lot of the time they're just like, who cares? They'll forget, or we'll just make them forget, and we'll just move on, and we'll forget it happened. We'll ignore it.
Well, my thing is WWE used to do everything so well.
Mm-hmm.
Granted, when I was a kid, they had far less TV to write, and they had a lot worse matches on TV and worse gimmicks and whatever. But the big moments were just always booked to perfection. And over time, that has like gone away. I don't know if they're just like, they got to just be trolling us at this point.
I know. It's like, when do they're just like, we have them already. We've made the TV deals. We've made the streaming deal. We can do whatever we want.
And then once in a while they'll do it right. And you're just like, where was this the last 6 months?
Yep.
But
so I definitely think it'd be cool to see Joe be the NXT champion again. I don't know if people are aware of this.
My brother?
Well, speaking of Joe, your brother, cool. I don't know if you're aware of this, but Samoa Joe, the first time he won the championship, he won it, and they still talk about it to this day. He won it at a house show.
I'm aware.
In Lowell, Massachusetts, that I was at with my favorite cousin Joe.
Hey, can we get the seventh caller back?
And my brother. The only guy who wasn't around was Brooklyn Brandon. I assume he was in Brooklyn still at the time.
Do you think that they referenced that on Sunday night?
The house show?
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, it's good. The first time he won it was at a house show. Anything could happen. The NXT commentating team, I think, I like them a lot.
I think that they do.
Damn it! Fuck. Okay, I think we covered everything. The one thing I want to talk about is how goddamn good is Baron Corbin right now.
He's been really entertaining. I gotta say, I'm somebody who prefers the heel, the bad guy.
Yep.
And I've never been into Baron Corbin. He's had go away heat with me. Basically, like when he was in NXT, he was one of my favorites. And then as soon as he showed up on the main roster, he became quickly unbearable.
Right.
Then
they made him the constable, and then
it's just been, and then like the King had more than run its course. And but now he's doing the best work he's ever
career. Done. He was like, I just need a little money to get by, and Drew goes, how much? He goes, just $100,000. I can't live like these people. Oh, that was great. And there's like, did you see the picture? He was in an up down tournament. I retweeted the picture of him. And he just looks so miserably sad. Yeah. Awesome, so good. All right. I think we nailed it. Like, we actually went pretty long, huh? Pretty long.
That's what she said.
That is what she said. And also, do you think that people who listened to this live stream will also download the podcast?
I think that they do.
Boom. We nailed it. I want to thank all our special guests, Gary, and the
Sean made a cameo. Sean was like what Kevin Nash was and John Wick. Sean was to this podcast. Thank you, Sean.
The tallest one, you mean?
Yeah, tallest and shortest amount of time spent.
Boom. We nailed it. So enjoy SummerSlam. Enjoy NXT TakeOver. Now I need to go watch a Patriots preseason game and check out Patriots Afterthoughts, available wherever podcasts are available. No one else does. So I do it for me.
Which has a larger audience?
This.
WrestleFania. Oh wow.
Not
Yeah.
even close.
Okay, I'm
Not
so sorry to
even
hear
close. We have more. You have more toes than I have listeners, and you have a tremendous amount of toes.
I
So
do, I have
again,
50
I will
50
be
toes.
watching SummerSlam live and hopefully TakeOver live and SmackDown probably, and I'll be checking out Rampage. You can follow me on Twitter at WrestleWatcher. Brandon Corbin, you still use Twitter sometimes?
At WrestleBrand.
At WrestleBrand.
I basically go on it to make fun of Mike now, but I
We
will
do.
be once in a while I will jump on and live tweet a pay-per-view. I'll probably be on Sunday night live tweeting NXT TakeOver. So
Thank you, Gary. Said enjoy, guys. Thank you so much. I'm gonna pop open a Sprite Zero, and
cheating on the Fresca tonight, huh?
I'm all the friggin' market didn't have Fresca. You think I wanted this?
Oh, sore subject, guys.
Awesome.
Sore
Yeah,
subject.
please. Okay, and again, let me just pull up Brandon's cell phone and throw it at the screen. Yeah, that's it. Enjoy the weekend, and thank you, Brandon, for coming on here. And what else can I say?
Can I just say, I thought this was going to be bad, and I was right.
You were right. You nailed it.
I'm exhausted.
Nailed it. I think that they
I'm exhausted.
do. Yes. Okay. Say goodbye, Brandon.
Bye, Brandon.